Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Anna. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while, but I'm afraid I had a bit of an attack of the anxiety demons, so I felt like I couldn't put myself out there, so then it ended up me taking my channel down, and then I decided to put it back up and just go with it. So this is where we're at right now. So I think it was May, June last time I posted a video, so I thought just to get us back in the swing of things, we'll do a nice little book haul so you can have a look at what I've been purchasing since then, which means we've got a little bit of a backlog of 25 plus books. Yeah, I know, I've got problems, big problems. I'd love to say I'm ashamed, but I'm not at all. So let's get on with it. So the first book I want to talk to you about is an ebook and is actually an ARC, and it is very pretty. I'll show you it. It's called A Bond of Venom and Magic. Now this is due out in October, and I'll read you the synopsis here. I've got it up on Goodreads. So yeah, it's a high fantasy young adult novel. It's really good. So this is the synopsis. The Wraith Lord is hunting his prize, the key to unleashing darkness and chaos upon the 8 kingdoms. For Diamond Gillian, the war raging in the south seems a remote danger until her home is brutally attacked. Having lost everything she holds dear, Diamond is catapulted into a terrifying new world in which legendary beasts arise. Magic is condemned, and half-blood fae, like her, have no rights. Despite her growing feelings for her saviour, Commander Hugo Casimir, he remains a paradox. Not only is he a heartless killer, he is owned by the cruel, immortal Fae Queen, a queen who will murder her own people for magic. As Diamond's circumstances become ever more perilous, she is drawn deeper into Hugo's world and discovers the lengths to which he will go to save what he holds dear. Will Hugo become her friend, her prosecutor, or an enemy not worthy of her trust? A Bond of Venom and Magic is a tale of 2 people bound by magic and secrets, but trapped in the complexities of love and betrayal. It is the beginning of an epic journey, one that will test Diamond's resolve and determination to battle an evil that threatens not only her world, but that of eternity, the land, the guardians, and the goddess. So, yeah, so this was my first ARC, and I was really happy and appreciative to Karen for letting me read it. I have read it. I'm not going to spoil anything here or do a review or anything because I'm going to do a whole video dedicated to that later. So that's book 1. The next couple of books were ones that I picked up at work, which was at the charity book shelf thingy. And they are purely there because they are pure nostalgic reads. They're not exciting, they're just pure nostalgia. So I don't know if anyone remembers these. The Point Horror books. Yeah. So we've got Nightmare Hall the Roommate, Nightmare Hall the Whisperer, Nightmare Hall Silent Scream, Nightmare Hall the Wish. And we've also got Babysitter 2. And The Highest Form of Killing, which is not a point horror, but hey, and Camp Fear. So, and then I also picked up this book, which is A Fault in Our Stars by John Green. No, I haven't read it yet. I know, shame on me, but it's on my to-read list. I'm hopefully going to get around to it this month. Fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes, okay? Then we got this, which I actually saw on another booktuber's book reviews, called And I Darken. I can't remember who it was. If I find it, I'll link them down below. And basically, it's an alternative history. So it's if Vlad the Impaler was a woman. And as soon as she mentioned Vlad the Impaler, I was like, tell me more. And then when she mentioned it was an alternative history, I was like, So yes, And I Darken by Kirsten White. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. So yes, I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into that. I might save that for an October read because I'm planning on doing a bit of a horror month. So I might save that for them. Then we got, as you can see, I've already started reading it, the Delirium trilogy, I think that's the right term, by Lauren Oliver. So we've got Delirium, which I've started reading, and I'm only 5 chapters into it, but I like what I've read so far. It's very dystopian, like sort of regimented, so we'll see how we go. So we've got Requiem, Pandemonium and Delirium. I said that the wrong way around. We'll try again. So we've got Delirium, Requiem and Pandemonium in that series. I may have not got them the right way around, but I will link them the right way around in the blog, in the info bit down below. So yeah, it's supposed to be a bit of a modern retelling of Romeo and Juliet, and it's so far we've met Lena, who's about to go through her selection process and her cure, which what they do is they take out people's ability to love, because they believe that that is a lot of the problems in previous society. Love has been a precursor to a lot of issues, and by curing this and taking it away, it supposedly makes for a happier environment. We shall see. The next 3 I've got, I'm not purposely doing these in 3s, but these just go together, are some from J.R.R. Tolkien, so they're probably the lesser known fables. I saw these in Waterstones. I had £30 to spend that was birthday money. So, and they are just so cute. Like, look at them. They're so beautifully presented. And they've got some beautiful illustrations in them, in the cover. I don't know. They're just so pretty. And I do love Tolkien. I'll show you the back cover as well on here. And I do love Tolkien. So this one is Farmer Giles of Ham. Like I say, I don't know anything about these books, so if you've read them at all, let me know. And then we've got The Smith of Wootton Major. Did I say that? Yeah, Smith of Wootton Major. And again, this is a really pretty book. Look at it. Look at the colours. They're just so gorgeous and so cute. And I just had to have them. When I saw them, they were all set together nicely on the little shelf in Waterstones. So I went and was like, yeah, they're mine. And The Adventures of Tom Bombadil, which I had to be really careful how to say that because a lot of people refer to him as Tom Bombadil, but it's Tom Bombadil. And again, it's a really pretty cover. I'll show it you there. And again, you've got the really pretty inside. So yeah. The next one I've got, which I have read and I will do a book review about eventually, is the final instalment of the Passage trilogy by Justin Cronin. And if you guys watched my earlier videos, you know I was eagerly awaiting the arrival of this. Well, it's here, it came, I've read it, it was amazing. Go read the trilogy if you haven't already. So the first one is The Passage, the second one is The 12, and this is the final one, which is The City of Mirrors. And they're quite hefty books. They're not light reads, and it does span over quite a large time period. I think it may even be maybe 1,000 years. I think it's over 1,000 years, it might be more. So there's a lot going on in it. It's not a light read but it's really enjoyable. So yeah, go for it, go get it. We've had a book avalanche. The next one I bought on recommendation from a booktuber called Jane Campbell. I will link her videos down below, and it's by Siddhartha Mukherjee, and it's The Emperor of All Maladies, a biography of cancer. So it is a fiction book. I haven't got around to reading it yet, but my mum unfortunately is currently going through cancer treatment at the moment, and with my background of being a nurse, I was hoping that it might help me understand a bit more about the disease and things like that. So I'm hopefully going to get around to read that sooner, but with things as they are at the moment, I need to be in the right frame of mind to read it. I think I might have to start it and read it alongside a fiction book. This is a non-fiction book, by the way. I think I said fiction earlier, sorry. The next book was also recommended from watching Jen Campbell's videos, and it's The Crimson Petal and the White by Michelle Faber, and it's basically takes size in Victorian London, which I love Victorian times. I like London, so it kind of had me on a winner from there. I'm also going through a bit of a Penny Dreadful stage right now, which is what a lot of my October reads are going to be based on. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting sunk into that. It's quite deceptive, it is quite chunky. It's 833 pages long. So I can't wait to read this. The next one I bought this month because I've seen a lot of people talk about it, and it's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I haven't read any of her books yet. Interestingly enough, I have got one of her books waiting to be read on Audible. I can't remember which one it is right now. So yeah, it just sounded like a really light-hearted read, which, because I tend to read a lot of high fantasy stuff, sometimes you need something a little bit lighter or more contemporary to sort of break. I should probably hold the books here really, to break the pattern a little bit and to try and get you out of a book slump, of which I've been in a book slump for about 6 weeks, and it's felt like the longest 6 weeks of my life, literally. The next one we've got is The Sleeper's Castle by Barbara Erskine. Now, if some of you don't know Barbara Erskine, I recently read, my mum's a big fan of her. There are a lot of historically based facts in here, although it is primarily non-fiction. Fiction, sorry, not non-fiction. I always get those two mixed up. And this is based in the same era that Lady of Hay was based in. And basically there's a bit of sort of time travelling / past life regression, a little bit spooky at times, sort of. So if you like sort of past lives and things like that, and past life regression, some of her books are really, really good for that. I'll just read you a quick. War is brewing on the Welsh borders. For 2 centuries, Wales has lain under the English yoke, its people dreaming of independence. Finally, it looks as though charismatic Owen Gwyndor, I apologise if I said that wrong, may be the man to bring them to victory. Hay on the Wye, 1400s, nestled on the border lies Sleeper's Castle, home to Catherine, an intelligent young woman with gifts her soothsayer father, Dafydd, is determined to suppress. Called upon to foretell Wales's destiny, Catherine is caught in the middle of a dangerous political game. All she can see is blood and war coming closer. Hay on the Wye, present day. Miranda has moved to Sleepless Castle to escape and grieve. Slowly she feels herself coming to life in the solitude of the mountains, but every time she closes her eyes, her dreams become more vivid. And she's drawn into a time where neighbour is set against neighbour, father against son. As her dreams turn to nightmares, Miranda and Catherine make a connection. Catherine is reaching out, and only Miranda can help. Time is running out. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Again, hopefully this month, maybe October, if not then, maybe just November. I missed a month then. So, is anyone excited about fall coming? Autumn, fall? Doesn't matter whichever side of the pond you're on. I absolutely love fall. I love it getting colder. I love the nights drawing in. It gives me more of an excuse to be more antisocial than what I am already and read a book. But yeah. And tea, lots of tea. Tea is to me like coffee is to Gilmore Girls, so you know. Right, onwards and upwards. Next book. The Shadow of the Dark Crystal by J. Emily. So if you're a 90s kid, well, I was technically an 80s kid, but if you're an 80s, 90s kid like I was, you'll remember The Dark Crystal and The Labyrinth and Never-Ending Story. This is the prequel to Dark Crystal in book form, and it's very pretty. The actual film was a completely puppeteered work by Jim Henson, and if you're a bit of a wuss like me, you were terrified of the sketches. Gelflings, which I was. Throughout this book there's some really pretty black and white imagery in there as well, just to show you. So I can't wait to get my hands on that either and read that. I haven't read it yet. Maybe later this month. I'm probably going to have to make a list of what books I want to read in September, otherwise this is just going to get crazy out of hand. The next one is The Language of Dying by Sarah Pinborough. Now this one I did start reading. It's going to be quite a harrowing read. Again, I keep holding the book on the wrong side. I do apologise for that. It's quite a harrowing read. It's about a woman who's looking after her father in his final hours, and she's visited by some sort of dark shadow, whether it be death or not. I'm not quite sure yet. I got it from the library. I started reading it and then went in a reading slump, and it had to go back to the library, and yeah, I never got back to it again, so I've rebought it. It's a really pretty cover again. I have read Poison by Sarah Pinborough recently, which is like the fairy tale retelling, so and I really enjoyed that, so I'm looking forward to finally finishing this one too. And last but not least, and no I haven't got around to it yet, please don't spoil anything, is the script for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the play by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany and Jack Thorne. The biggest thing that I found people don't like about this thing is that it's a script, so it is written as a screenplay, but it's always been advertised as a script, but I'm sure I'll probably struggle with it as well, with it being a script and not a novel, but I knew it was a script when I bought it, so I can't wait to get hold of it. So this is the 8th story, so this is 19 years later, so it leaves off where Deathly Hallows finished. So yeah, I'm really looking to get my teeth into that again, hopefully this month. But I think that's about 6 books I've said I'd read this month, and I'm not a very fast reader, so it might not end all that well. So yeah, so that's my book haul. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to work on doing my video review for Bond of Venom and Magic shortly. I really hope you liked it. If you've read any of the books below, please comment. If you like my videos, feel free to like and subscribe. I will be trying to do them more regularly from now on. So yeah, fingers crossed. Thank you for watching. Bye!